Hello, so here I will recreate Twitter sign up page using HTML and CSS. I think this is a really cool page from the design standpoint, and as far as HTML CSS goes, it's fairly simple, but it uses all the necessary techniques in today's to craft more complicated pages. Like it uses the Flexboxes and you have to align something in the center. So anyway, I'm gonna show you how to create this page, and I'll use CodePen because it's just really simple to do something in CodePen. So on this Twitter page, we have the content section, we have the footer, and our content section is split into right and left parts. Okay, so I will map it out by saying, say, content. It doesn't have the autocompletes I'm used to. Alright, and then at the bottom is gonna have a footer. Okay. Alright, and so let's see. So it looks like the footer, it's just, let me remove the responsive. The footer, it's just text with some padding about it. So that's a lot of links. But I can sort of slowly start copying them over. So I'm doing the footer first because it's so much easier to do the footer in this case. It's equal to footer item. And so these are our footer items that we need to do, and I'm just gonna copy this and do the following. And the great thing about CodePen is it's like there's no setup and it updates as you go along. Alright, and here I will have the last item. Then I'm simply going to insert it. It doesn't have my other shortcuts I'm used to. Oh yeah, it doesn't have any shortcuts I'm used to, but that's okay. I guess next time I'm gonna use my editor for these tutorials. Yeah, I figured, using React or something like that, although it's really nice, you can do create React and right out of the box you have instant reloading, but at the same time it's sort of complicated. Here we just have HTML and CSS and zero setup. So honestly, when I was learning about HTML and CSS, I was just whenever I had to do something I wasn't sure about, I would just come over to CodePen and play around with it until I would figure it out, just because of how fast you can get everything going. Anyway, okay, so I'm done creating my HTML and it's time to make the magic happen. So I'm gonna use CSS select. So footer item, first of all, it needs to be, actually I think it'd be much better if I replace it with, instead of divs, I'll have an A tags, because they do need to be. Okay, so now that all you know, I have everything in the A tag, so I'm gonna apply some styling. First of all, my footer, the background color. So using the Chrome tools, you can select something, and if there is like a color, say I set color, actually you can get the color box to pop up, say color red. Then when you go select it, it gives you a color picker that you can just drop wherever on the screen and get the color. So this is this color, and then I can undo the style that I applied, and here I will set it to background color to this, and it's gonna show up. And then I can use my selected to figure out what color the text is. So let's see, looking for the color attribute. Okay, don't see it, although that is, let's see. So, alright, I guess I'm gonna do the same trick I did before. Oh, I see it. It is this color. So the color was set on the parent container and not on the... Alright, so now it's showing up. So let's change the font family, because, you know, this is serif font and we want the sans serif font. Arial, just because, you know, it's simple and it's available on all browsers. Oh yeah, and also it has a little margin. The body has the margin that we have to get rid of. 0, padding 0. Alright, so now that's taken care of. We also need to align text, but let me fix the margins first. Margin right is gonna be 10 pixels. And honestly, the font size looks a little too big. It needs to be 13. So I'm just gonna copy it over here. So now that the font size is smaller, it's starting to look a lot more like what we see over there, and I'll make the margin right 16. And on the footer, the text needs to be aligned to the center. Awesome. And not only that, we need to have padding off to the side to make sure that the text doesn't get too close to the edges. Let's make padding be like on top, maybe like 15 pixels, and on the sides it's gonna be, so the first number gives up and down padding, and the second number gives left and right padding. So yeah, it's starting to look a lot more like it, except looks like I need way more padding. Okay, yeah, and I'll play around. I mean, actually I could figure it out from here. Let's see. You can see that the padding here is 10, 15, but then the box containing the following guys, those anchor tags, they have another padding of 5. So actually it's gonna be, padding's gonna be 20. Just making sure I got it right. Yeah, 15. Oh, it's 15 by 15. Okay, got it. Cool. 15 by 15. Awesome. So got my footer. Now I'm gonna take care of the content area. So here I'm gonna see how it responds. So it seems like you know, I think it's a Flexbox. It can be done with the Flexbox. So we want the above the content area to expand as large as possible on the page, and we can do that with a Flexbox. Okay, so I want to place everything class flex container, and I want all of my other stuff to be inside of this flex container. Okay, here, and now I'm gonna give my flex container, I misspelled it, container. Okay, cool. So it's gonna display flex, and then we're gonna have flex direction is gonna be column. Okay, great. And now footer, it's gonna be flex row is gonna be 0, so it's not gonna expand, but I want my content area to expand. So let me create a class for content. Flex grow is gonna be equal to 1. All right. Let's see, flex shrink is gonna be to 0. Nope, not working. Not working. All right, let's try to keep going. And we're gonna make sure that, I know why. Because my flex container does not take up the entire height of the page. 100 view height, it just, yeah, okay, perfect. There we go. So yeah, 100 view height just takes, make sure that it takes the entire height of the screen. Perfect. Okie dokie. So then we have here, we have the bird side, and then we have the sign up side. So I'm gonna call it div class equal to content info. Another side I'm gonna call content sign up. So the thing about CSS is you want to always make sure that you're creating unique names, and names that won't collide with other class names, because if that happens, CSS gets out of control very quickly. Okay. And actually the content area, we also want it to be a Flexbox. Display flex, and flex direction is gonna be a row in this case. And actually content info, we wanted to take half the page, and the content sign up, we also wanted to take half a page. Let's do it with 50%. Here we have with 50%. Cool. So we can't see them yet, but we'll see them in a little bit. So I want to set the background color to be the correct color. So let me just say color red, just so that I could have my color picker. Nope. Okay, hold on. It is highlighting everything, so I'll remove the highlighting. Okay, now I have my... no, it's doing it again. Frustrating. And it's stuck. Okay, don't select anything, please. Color red. Okay, so now here I am going to pick my color, which is this pretty teal color. And I'm gonna say that content info background color is gonna be this. Yeah, and now you can see it. Great. And then we need this bird. The bird. So how can we create it? Well, SVGs are something that is easy to copy. Basically, it's easy to take the code for an SVG, and that's what I'm gonna do here. And we have content info, and we have div class equal background bird. Okay. And it's gonna get a bit messy, but now we have a background bird. Awesome. So we want it to look the same as it did over here. And so, I mean, I'm just gonna copy their positioning because otherwise it won't be the same. And actually, if you look into it, Twitter is using React to do their UI because it has like the very top element. I think it's the class or the ID name of it is React root. Yeah, so kind of cool. I guess React really is like widely really popular. Okay, so right now we have no idea what it is, but it needs to position itself relative to its parents. So we need to set position relative on the parents to make sure that the bird... Alright, oh, whoa, there's an extra parenthesis. Where did it come from? Body, flex, content, bird. Let me delete this because I can't see where the bird is. Okay, the bird is back. We're just going to do this. Come back, my bird. Yes, it is back. Hold on. I need this. Hold on. Okay. Here's the bird. It's not changing color. I always have issues dealing with SVGs, like with the color on the SVGs. So usually I just code it into the SVG as a fill color. I wonder what color this is, and although like, yay, it changed the color. So by changing the property fill on the SVG, I managed to do that. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make it be very tall, height is gonna be 100 view height. Come on, change. Nope. Come on, bird. I see. Probably, let me try to do position absolute. Did it work? No, it didn't work. Now it's just gone. Oh no. Alright, background bird. Let me find it. Top 0. And then I'm gonna have right caps. Oh no, my bird did disappear. Okay, and now it's back. This is one of the more tricky parts of making this page, is the bird. Okay. Top right. Now I'm gonna say position relative. What if I'm gonna do absolute? Alright, well, time to hunt this bird down. Where did it go? Where could it have possibly gone off to? Content sign up, content info. I'm gonna make it bigger, so, and I will make okay, so background bird. Oh no. It doesn't have any height now. I think, yeah, it says that it's just been smushed. That's why we can't see it. So we say, let's say height is equal to 100 pixels, width is equal to 100. Yeah, okay, it had been smushed, indeed. So now it has been unsmushed, but we need to make sure that, perfect. But we want it to be 160. Oh no. It was because, got it, with 100 pixels. Okay, it is back. View height. Okay. Height 160, view height. It's not working. Yes, this bird is hard. I know. I think I got it. I think it's an SVG problem. Height 100%, width 100%. Okay, okay, that was it. Yeah, it's now. There we go. We don't want to constrict. Okay, perfect. It has worked. Wow, this was not easy. Okay, cool, exciting, getting somewhere here. And of course we wanted to, yay. So okay, we got the bird. We got the bird to work, and to make it stop going off the screen, we're gonna set it to overflow hidden, and all of a sudden our bird is within bounds, which is great. Okay, so we got the bird. Whew. Now to get all of this text, which actually is not as hard as getting the bird to work. As crazy as it sounds, it gets much easier from here on out. Okay, content info. We want to display it as flex. It's 2 vertically aligned items. And then flex direction is gonna be column. Yeah, okay. Alright, so div class equal to description container. Okay. And so it's for these descriptive items. Follow your interest, hear what people are talking about, join the conversation. And so first we want to align them in the center, and then we want to add them one by one. So we'll have div class is equal description element div, and we have 3 of these, so I'm gonna copy and paste it and maybe make it a little bigger. Okay, and then I'll copy this text and make sure they align properly. Then I'll have here what people are talking about. And then I'll have join the conversation. Okay, so first thing that we need to do is we want to center them and make sure that they're laying over the birds. So see index, you can make it 10, it will make this text stand out. Here we'll want to align it into the center, so we'll have justify content center and then align items center as well. Perfect. Now we want to apply the correct style, so the text needs to be white. Yeah, okay. So how about line height is, let's try line height be equal to 30 for the description element, line height 30, then font size is gonna be 19 and font weight is gonna be probably 700. Yeah, I hope it's the right styles that will get me there. Yeah, and it is. Okay, and color is gonna be equal to white. Perfect. And somewhere along the lines we have lost our centering. Oh no, we haven't. It's just it's too big, and so I can't see it properly. All right, actually I'm gonna change view to make it easier for you to see what I'm doing. Okay, I don't know if this is helping. Okay, and so apart from this, we also need little SVGs next to our text to just like here. So I would copy and paste them again. So let me select them and get them out. So I will again go edit as HTML and then just copy the entire thing, and here I'll put the SVG into a span just because it's easier to deal with it that way. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna remove the classes because I don't care about them, and fill needs to be equal to white, and then I need to adjust its actually let me change associate width. It's gonna be height is gonna be 100% of its container. And now I just need to target the span element. So flex container content, I need description container and then description element, and I'm gonna select for my span, and let's say height is gonna be equal to 24 pixels. Is it gonna work? Okay, it's not working. Unfortunately, nope, it's not working. Let's see if I can get the SVG working. Nope. Okay. Let's see, how can I get this to be smaller? Description element. Yeah, actually spans don't have. Okay, yeah, spans don't have their own. So the thing is, I don't think spans have a height, a set height or width attribute because they're inline elements. So I'm gonna have to change it to a div. So div class equal to description as SVG, and I will make a div to close it. Yes. Nope. It broke it. Okay. And now description SVG, I can target it. I can select it using CSS to have a certain height. Ah, yay. And now it's display inline block. Perfect. And if you notice that it's not quite centered. Okay, so the secret of CSS is sometimes the solutions are not elegant to the problems, and this is one of them. To make it centered, let's see, is it, yeah, it's about the right height. How tall is this? It's actually about 28 pixels. So 28 here, and we're gonna, oh yeah, and text definitely needs more margin to the bottom. Margin bottom, let's do like 10 pixels. And here we're gonna have to move our SVG down, and to move it down, the best, like my favorite way of doing this, it's like a foolproof way for me, is to do transform translate y, and I'm gonna do, how about, actually now, I mean, I could do it like this, -5 pixels, and it will move it down. Or not. Okay. Yes, I didn't want it to do it, but once again, Flexbox comes to the rescue. Okay, I'm gonna put the text in its own div. And I'll call it class equal to description text, and then I'm gonna make it an inline div as well. element, description SVG. Okay, description text, display inline block, and their parent needs to be a Flexbox. Flexbox makes everything so much easy. Display okay, and now they're aligned. That's Flexbox magic. Margin right, give it some breathing room. Yep, awesome. Cool, but now I need to copy this. Let me delete this and copy to make sure that all my stuff is aligned properly. Come on. Don't move. Okay, it's not behaving. Okay, it's behaving now. If I do it very carefully. Okay, awesome. Great, okay, so now I have all my text and I'm gonna finish up with the SVGs. So I want my description SVG container. So here I will insert it, div, and then I'm gonna go over and get the code for my SVGs. Alright, so here we have a people SVG, edit as HTML, and I'm just gonna copy this stuff and paste it right here. Oh man, that's a long SVG, but okay, so I'm gonna delete the class because it's just useless for me. And actually I'm gonna just change the viewport because it's easier for me to edit things. Things are just not shifting around as much if I'm doing it like this. Fill equal to white, and then I'm gonna get my last SVG. So I'm gonna select it like this, and then edit as HTML, and great. And now I'm gonna paste my last SVG. Hold on. Div class equal to description SVG, and like one of the reasons why I'm doing description dash whatever is like it helps like namespace the class names and avoid collisions. Amazing. Okay, so we got the left side of the page. Okay, it has more margin, so let's see. Yeah, I should give it a lot more room to breathe than what the text currently is getting. So let's do margin is, oh, whoops, that's the wrong margin. But even those also need a little more margin. So something a trend I noticed, like nowadays people give a lot of space to between elements in like modern design. Okay, and like one of them is not quite aligned. Let's see, it seems like there's an extra stuff in HTML, so I'm gonna description element, description SVG, Ah, I have an extra description SVG there. Okay. Alright, okay, so the left side is done. Now I'm gonna do the right side. And let me okay. So now for the right side. So I did the left side, now I'm gonna do the right side. Whew. That was a lot of hard work, but I'm almost there. So okay, so I have the bird, I have some text, I have some buttons, so, and you know, they're all in the Flexbox, aligned in the center. Okay, let me scroll to, okay, so I have content sign up, okay. It's also on display flex, justify content, center, align items, center. So this will align the stuff to the center. So you want them to be. And it looks like the background color is the same as the footer. So that saves me a bit of work. All right. Yep. Cool. Awesome. See what's happening now. See what's happening now. Cool. So now I am gonna make that. I'm gonna create a div class. Oh, interesting. It would not do that for me earlier, but now we did it. Or did it not? Oh yeah, I did something completely different. Sorry. Okay, going back to where I was. Div. Okay. And it just wants to skip around. Oh my god. Class equal to. Anyway, so this is where I'm gonna leave off. The other side is done similar to the left side. It looks like the CodePen editor is acting up and giving me technical issues. It's the code, the HTML editor just keeps jumping around all over the place. I guess next time I'll use my home browser to finish this up. Okay, well, I'll see you guys later.